It was early on the morning of September 1st, 1939, when the skies over Poland erupted in chaos. German aircraft roared overhead, unleashing bombs on railroads, military stations, and cities. It was the opening act of an invasion that would forever change the course of history. Hitler's Germany had launched its assault, and within moments, World War II had begun. But the invasion of Poland was far from a sudden or isolated event. It was the tragic culmination of years of political maneuvering, territorial ambition, and dangerous ideological fervor. A calculated step in Adolf Hitler's quest for dominance in Europe. To understand how this day came to be, we must first look back at the simmering tensions that led to Poland's brutal downfall. Poland, positioned in the heart of Europe, had long found itself caught between two powerful and expansionist neighbors, Nazi Germany to the west and the Soviet Union to the east. After World War I, Poland had re-emerged as an independent nation following over a century of being partitioned by foreign empires. Its rebirth was a beacon of hope, but also a point of contention. Both Germany and the Soviet Union viewed Poland's sovereignty as a challenge, and neither hid their designs on the country. For Adolf Hitler, Poland was more than a thorn in his side. It was part of his vision of Lebensraum, or living space, a central pillar of Nazi ideology. Hitler believed that to secure Germany's future, the country needed to expand eastward and claim territory for its growing population. Territory, he argued, that rightly belonged to Germany. Poland, with its fertile lands and strategic location, was an irresistible target. The groundwork for the invasion was laid weeks beforehand in an eerie pact of convenience. On August 23, 1939, Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, a non-aggression treaty that shocked the world. Publicly, it seemed like an agreement of mutual peace, but hidden within its clauses was a sinister secret: the division of Poland. Under this secret protocol, Germany and the Soviet Union carved Poland into spheres of influence, agreeing to split the country between them after its conquest. To the Soviets, this was an opportunity to regain territory lost during World War I. For Hitler, it ensured that his eastern flank would remain stable during his expansionist ambitions. Despite their opposing ideologies, Nazism and communism, the two regimes saw a shared benefit in destroying Poland. With this pact in place, the wheels of war turned swiftly. Germany wasted no time preparing for an invasion. Its strategy revolved around a terrifying and revolutionary military tactic known as Blitzkrieg, lightning war. Blitzkrieg combined fast-moving infantry, tanks, and air support to overwhelm enemies quickly, bypassing traditional, drawn-out battles. The goal wasn't just to defeat Poland, it was to shatter its will to fight before allies could intervene. At dawn on September 1st, German forces stormed across the western border, unleashing a devastating assault. Villages and towns fell one after another as Polish defenses struggled to mount a meaningful counterattack. Germany deployed roughly 1.5 million soldiers, over 2,000 tanks, and nearly 2,000 aircraft, dwarfing Poland's military forces. It was a brutal imbalance of power. In the skies, the Luftwaffe conducted relentless bombing campaigns, targeting both military positions and civilian areas. Meanwhile, German tanks crushed resistance on the ground, advancing rapidly toward major cities like Warsaw. The Polish army fought valiantly, but it was ill-equipped, using outdated weapons and relying on cavalry units against Germany's modernized war machine. Yet, Poland wasn't only fighting Germany. There was another storm brewing in the east. On September 17th, the Soviet Union turned on Poland, invading from the other side. The Red Army swept into eastern Poland, fulfilling its role in the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Poland found itself trapped, squeezed between two of the most formidable military powers of the age. The country was doomed. The assault lasted just 5 weeks. By October 6, Poland had been entirely overrun. The capital, Warsaw, surrendered after enduring weeks of bombardment, its streets reduced to rubble. Over 66,000 Polish soldiers had been killed, and tens of thousands more were wounded or captured. Civilians suffered even greater losses, as homes, villages, and cities were destroyed in the onslaught. For Poland, the consequences were devastating. The country was split in two, with Germany occupying the western portion and the Soviet Union taking the east. For the Polish people, life under occupation was grim. In the German-controlled areas, the Nazis quickly began their campaign of terror. Intellectuals, political leaders, and Jews were targeted for elimination, as Hitler sought to eradicate resistance and implement his genocidal policies. Meanwhile, in Soviet-controlled Poland, a different kind of oppression unfolded. Thousands of Polish citizens were deported to Siberian labor camps, while political dissent was crushed under Stalin's iron grip. The invasion of Poland didn't just mark the beginning of World War II. It revealed the true horrors that awaited Europe. Britain and France, bound by treaties to protect Poland, declared war on Germany on September 3, 1939, just days after the invasion began. But their response was muted, unable to prevent Poland's fall. This lack of immediate and decisive support earned the nickname the Phony War, as the full weight of conflict took time to manifest across the continent. Historians debate whether Poland ever truly stood a chance. Isolated geographically from significant Allied support, surrounded by powerful enemies, and facing a military vastly larger and more advanced, its fate seemed sealed from the start. But the bravery of the Polish soldiers and civilians mustn't be overlooked. Despite overwhelming odds, they fought with extraordinary courage. Efforts that both slowed Germany's advance and inspired Europe's resistance movements during the war. The invasion of Poland was more than a territorial conquest. It was a signal that the fragile peace of post-World War I Europe was shattered, and the world was teetering on the edge of unimaginable destruction. It set the tone for the global conflict that would follow, a conflict defined by aggression, cruelty, and unthinkable devastation. By the time World War II ended in 1945, over 75 million lives would be lost, many of them traceable to the events that began on that fateful day in September 1939. Even today, the invasion of Poland stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and appeasement. It shows how quickly the world can descend into chaos when power goes unchallenged and diplomacy fails. Poland's story is one of both tragedy and resilience, a testament to the human spirit in the face of brutality. The war began in Poland, and from there, it engulfed the globe. It was a lesson history could never forget, a lesson that continues to shape our understanding of conflict, justice, and peace.